Hi. So I think the internet got pretty familiar with Tarantino's Paul Dano take and Matthew Lillard take. Now he also had, funnily enough, he also had what was it? He had um what was it? Um Owen Wilson. He talked about Paul Dano, Matthew Lillard, Owen Wilson. Not many people really concentrated on the Owen Wilson one. He's been saying that for years that he hasn't found him funny. I think he said that initially on Opie and Anthony. He said Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard actually got a commercial talking about how not everybody likes Matthew Lillard. Good for him on capitalizing Tarantino criticizing him. Paul Dano's the one where not only the internet, but Hollywood in a, you almost want to call it bipartisan effort, swept to Paul Dano's aid and said he was great and Tarantino's take was ridiculous. Okay? The entire internet, like Moist Critical and Hollywood, like the lead actress for Hereditary, came to his side on that. That was actually pretty big news. I'm here to tell you, if you think that that is Tarantino's worst take, now that one may be more emotionally inclined because he's kind of giving shade to a person, okay? He's kind of insulting a person. He's not insulting him like you dumb motherfucker, but he's kind of like, he's belittling his acting so much, he says he's the worst actor. He's the worst actor that's in the guild or whatever. Now, I'm here to tell you, even though it's not as emotionally charged as a take, I am here to tell you that's not his worst take, in my opinion. And in my opinion, when I heard this, I thought it was so freaking outrageous. When I watched this video, I thought it was so outrageous, I actually had to check. I had to check to make sure that what I heard was correct. I even had to make sure that the whole 21st century statement, that I was understanding it correctly. Because, you know, sometimes you mix up Fahrenheit and Celsius. Whoops, I didn't really know. That's what a paradox meant? Shit, this whole time I thought it meant something else. I didn't want to be mistaken about what was being said. Because I think this is so crazy. Now listen to this.
To number one, and this would not have been what I would thought would have been my number one.
I don't think Ridley Scott, who directed this movie, would have thought it was number one. I don't think one out of a literal legion, and it's like a legion in this movie, I don't think one in the legion of African extras in this movie screaming, Wakakule! I don't think they would have thought that this, what you were going to say, would be true.
No. I am choosing as my number one film of the 21st
Number one film
century.
of the 21st century. I gotta keep repeating it because I cannot believe this.
Ridley Scott's Black Hawk Down. Black Hawk Down is it's based on
Black Hawk, by the way, I gotta give you one of my takes for Black Hawk Down. Have you not seen Black Hawk Down? Do you see the pilot that's left of the people in the helicopter? You see that pilot? That pilot is from Dunkirk. Is Dunkirk my favorite Chris Nolan movie? No, it's not. Is it pretty good? Hell yeah, it's pretty good. Now, that movie that you're seeing the chip in is 100 times better than this movie, and there are, count them, 99 more examples of other movies that were released in the 21st century that are better than this movie. In fact, look at Josh Hartnett right now. Look at Josh Hartnett and look at him look at the pilot. Look at him look at Tom Hardy. Look at him look with jealousy and anger at Tom Hardy because he's looking at an actual good actor. And I'm not making this video to put shade on Josh Hartnett necessarily, but in order to show how ridiculous this take is, that Black Hawk Down is the best movie of the 21st century, we have to get real about Josh Hartnett. We have to get real of the fact that other than having Giga Chad, handsome facial traits, there's no way that he would have got any movies. Because a lot of these actors, like Brad Pitt, are extremely attractive, but he has something Josh Hartnett doesn't. He has extreme talent. Even in a bit role in 12 Monkeys, you can see Brad Pitt's talent in portraying a over-the-top, mentally ill character. The character would take a grievance with calling him mentally ill. He thinks he's the only sane guy in the room, but that's besides the point. He takes that character and he is amazing. He makes that character where you couldn't imagine anybody else playing it. Josh Hartnett has never played a role where you said, I couldn't imagine anybody else playing this but Josh Hartnett. It's never happened. It never will happen, especially now that his career is kind of below. Josh Hartnett gets the job done in Faculty. Josh Hartnett's cameo in Sin City is interesting. Josh Hartnett was in a underrated Brian De Palma movie called Black Dahlia. And it's underrated. And I swear to God, if Black Dahlia came out in 2001 or later, which I suspect it did, Black Dahlia is a better movie than this. Josh Hartnett himself, he doesn't have the greatest discography of film, but I'll tell you something. He has to have a movie that is better than this movie. That I do not... People say, saying Paul Dano sucks, dude. What a weird take. Paul Dano was really good. Paul Dano was in There Will Be Blood, and There Will Be Blood came out after 2001. Listen to me. There Will Be Blood isn't just one of the best movies of the first quarter of the century. There Will Be Blood is in the top running for one of the greatest movies ever made, which, funnily enough, had Paul Dano. Little Miss Sunshine came out in the new century. Am I correct? Another Paul Dano movie. Extremely head and shoulders above this film. Do you see Josh Hartnett right now? He's staring with jealousy at Tom Brady because he was actually in a war movie that was good. It was in the 21st century. Dunkirk is extremely better than this movie. In fact, I'm going to throw a hot take out there. My opinion of one of the most underappreciated horror movies ever made is Kevin Smith's Tusk. Tusk is 100 times better than this movie. And I will tell you that the kid from The Sixth Sense, who was in The Boys, the Amazon show The Boys, he's the guy always kissing Homelander's ass. He was in Tusk, and his performance was better than Josh Hartnett in this movie. I mean, what I'm getting at here is you could go into lakes of obscurity to find things better than this movie.
On a true story, it takes place during the war in Somalia, and basically, a bunch
I'm going to tell you. Well, no, I'll get to that later.
Guys and Rangers.
Oh my God! No, we don't get to it later. This movie did one thing and one thing only that needs applause. It's one of Ridley Scott's most mid movies. So he has a movie there, which is less corny than Thelma and Louise. No, I'm just joking. Okay, do you see the guy with the megaphone?
Air Force helicopter guys. It's on a true story. It takes place during the war in Somalia.
Okay.
And
You see all this?
basically, a bunch of Air Force helicopter guys and
You see that guy? You see the sunglasses? You see the megaphone? Are there any Resident Evil fans out there? Does anybody think that Resident Evil 5 deserves a little bit of love? Well, Resident Evil 5, like Tarantino, kind of thought that Black Hawk Down deserved a little bit of love. I know it came after this. Let me see. Resident Evil 5 release. Wouldn't it be funny if they copied Resident Evil 5? Okay, 2009. Black Hawk Down release. I mean, I am genuinely sure. I am absolutely positive that Resident Evil 5 borrowed from this movie. I mean, just look at them walking around. Look at that. I think this goddamn shot, I think we're going to find it. This movie did one thing. Listen, we're not going to just do that internet content creation thing where when we're trying to make a point, we just cowbell criticism. The only thing that this movie was successful in, to me, was inspiring something that was good. Okay, now we go to Resident Evil 5. Look, even the thumbnail, dude. Even the fucking thumbnail. Okay? No spoilers. So, chill. Oh, what? Nothing. I wasn't revealing the mystery enigmatic person in a mask. Okay, look at the way that it's filmed. Look at the way that they shoot the vehicles. Tell me that this isn't Black Hawk Evil. Tell me this isn't Resident Down. I'm telling you, dude. And by the way, okay, now look. It's practically... Look at that. It's practically one of the same shots, dude. It's practically one of the same shots. The only thing that Black Hawk Down did that should be credited at all, look at that shot. The only thing that it did is it inspired an amazing video game. This game, by the way, doesn't just have a horde of black extras screaming "Wakakule" and shooting mindlessly as the cameras shake around because the cameras are having seizures. A storm of blurry camera movement and boom, 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 boom for 2 hours. The protagonist-antagonist relationship in this video game between Chris Wesker and Chris Redfield and Albert Wesker is absolute cinema. There is no complex interpersonal interactions about anybody or anything in Black Hawk Down.
A new era of bioterrorism descended upon vulnerable countries.
Also, the soundtrack for this is a lot better than Black Hawk Down. Thank God, even though obviously Resident Evil 5 was inspired by Black Hawk Down, thank God they didn't play 1960s Vietnam music. I mean, did you know Black Hawk Down is obsessed with 1960s Vietnam music? Like Creedence Clearwater Revival, I Ain't No Senator, Son. Yeah, you see the influence here? The influence is very clear. And by the way, speaking of Black Hawk Down, is that a Black Hawk helicopter that gets shot down in Resident Evil 5? It just might be. I don't understand how he does.
Number one,
I don't understand why.
I am choosing. As
I
my
cannot
favorite
understand why.
21st century, Ridley Scott's Black
I'm
Hawk
still
Down.
trying to figure out how.
It's based on a true story. It takes place during the war in Somalia, and basically a bunch of Air Force helicopter.
Now,
guys,
the shots are nice, the cinematography is nice, but listen, it's Ridley Scott. He could film a potato rolling down the steps, and he could shoot it in such a way Quentin Tarantino would say #1 movie of 2026.
Rangers who are driving on the ground. They're put into a situation, and it has so much.
Look at this
the
thing!
whole,
Oh my God, it was almost verbatim.
Israel, Palestine.
Right, and I think if any Resident Evil fan watches this, so one of the things that is cool about Resident Evil, and they'll do this typically, they're inspired by other stuff. So like George Romero, big influencer on the original Resident Evil. Also video games have influenced it. It's not just cinema. But let's get into the movie influence on Resident Evil. So another example of that is Claire and Sherry was inspired by Ellen and Newt. Now, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Jill was inspired a lot from who? Sarah Connor. They were even going to have a cybernetic-like character. I think it was Wesker, wasn't it? It was going to look like Terminator. There's a reason why he has that hair and the sunglasses. It was originally supposed to be like a Terminator-looking character. So Resident Evil has always been inspired by film to make their movies. Black Hawk Down to me is an obvious influence on the aesthetic, feel, and locale for Resident Evil 5. But they took what they were inspired from and they really made it pop more. There's more story. The action is more interesting. Yes, AI Sheva is kind of a pain in the ass. But just the blur of action in this movie, it was boring to me. Now, I don't know if he caught the wind of the action on this and got more excited from it. I know that I've heard from, what's her name? Fiona Apple, that he likes to do cocaine and watch movies. Maybe I was not on enough cocaine when I was watching this movie. I'm not sure. Yo, Shazam! How are you doing? I am doing a piece on the internet. It has become pretty popular to talk about Tarantino's bad takes, like Paul Dano is a bad actor. And I'm here to tell people that is only the tip of the iceberg. You know how they have those iceberg videos on the internet? There should be an iceberg video of how many bad takes this guy has. He makes great movies, but his takes sometimes are shocking. I had to make sure 3 times that I was hearing this right. The first quarter of this century, he thinks the best movie in the first quarter of this century is Black Hawk Down. There Will Be Blood. Get the F out of here. Django Unchained. Get the F out of here. By the way, speaking of Paul Dano, Little Miss Sunshine, get the F out of here. Little Miss Sunshine is art. It's something where if you watch it when you're depressed, it's going to say, I know how you feel. It's going to make you feel better. The guy from The Office, what's his name? Steve Carell, amazing in that movie. Paul Dano, amazing in that movie. The Mother, amazing in that movie. It's something where it's like chicken noodle soup for the soul. You know what he thinks a better movie is than that? Black Hawk Down. How many movies could you name that came out in the last 25 years that are better than Black Hawk Down? We could make 100 now. The content could be 100 movies better than Black Hawk Down. He's made better movies. Django Unchained is one of the best movies made in the 21st century. He himself has made. Ridley Scott is not a bad director. This is one of Ridley Scott's worst movies. Ridley Scott made The Last Duel. Is it well known? Do a lot of people know what movie I'm talking about? No, but I wouldn't say it matters as far as quality. I don't care if the movie caught on. I don't care if it's a box office failure. I don't care if the coronavirus cock blocked that movie from getting the audience and the monetary rewards that it should have got. Last Duel was a masterpiece. It was certainly better than this movie. Certainly. So, Paul Dano sucks. Paul Dano's the worst actor in the guild. Bad take. I can't imagine somebody that likes There Will Be Blood. I cannot fucking imagine that someone that likes that movie would say that this movie is better. No Country for Old Men. Now, I know I've heard of Tarantino talking about the Coen brothers before. He had a lot of respect for Raising Arizona. I'm assuming that he has watched that movie. No Country for Old Men. Javier Bardem's hair is better than this entire movie. If you had Javier Bardem's head, if you had Javier Bardem's limp after he got in the tussle with Josh Brolin, if you had Javier Bardem's hair and limp versus this entire 2-hour film, it is better. By the way, speaking of soundtracks, No Country for Old Men did something very bold. It didn't use a soundtrack. Hardly ever. Can you find it? It actually made the movie a lot creepier. The silence where he tells the clerk to call it. It was creepier because there was no music. Now, contrast No Country for Old Men's soundtrack. Contrast that with the soundtrack for Black Hawk Down. Do you know what Black Hawk Down's soundtrack was? It was appropriated by Vietnam soundtrack music that could almost practically be called stock. Creedence Clearwater Revival was playing in the helicopter. Why the F would you have Black Hawk Down when we had Fire Water Burn with the Bloodhound Gang? Why in God's name would you play Creedence? Why in God's name would you play Creedence when you have Bloodhound Gang, Fire, Water, Burn? So just look at the soundtrack. The lack of soundtrack speaks volumes more of quality in No Country for Old Men than the appropriating 1960s hippie culture music from Vietnam somehow into Black Hawk Down. It makes no sense. By the way, I didn't observe that. I thought about it after it was observed. It was Alucard Bat's mother that had been watching the movie and said, "Why are we playing Vietnam music during Black Hawk Down?" And I went, yeah, why the hell are we hearing Creedence sing about he ain't no senator's son while we're watching, was it this Clinton era? Like, where is the rock music of the 90s? I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to have Alice in Chains' Rooster, which, by the way, was about, that would fit. It was about Lane Staley's father, who was a war veteran from Vietnam. Rooster would be a natural spiritual successor to Creedence. It makes absolutely no sense to me that we would somehow have Creedence when we could naturally use Rooster. That makes absolutely no sense. And the music isn't actually a huge detachment. If you think of Alice in Chains, it's kind of like down the domino path from Creedence, if you think about it, sort of. They're sort of related by many degrees, but they are related.
Going on, because situation where they are soldiers. They're military soldiers, but they're put into a position where they have to do police actions. So the idea is, you know, they're sent into a bad area where all the bad guys are, to just kind of swoop in there and arrest these 6 guys and get out. And the whole thing is supposed to be an hour, and so there's the guys on the ground who are picking up the guys, and there's the helicopters above to watch them. And so it's like a police action, basically, was what they're being sent to do. But they're sent in there to do this quick in and out police action, and then turns out the rebel.
And by the way, do you see what's going on in the film? Do you see what clips they're showing? This is the entire movie. What you're seeing for the action is the entire movie. The last 10 seconds, you might as well play that over and over in a loop. And if you played the last 10 seconds over and over and over in a loop, you may not recognize the fact that it is the same movie. If you watch this movie for 2 hours, and you watch 2 hours of the 10-second loop that we just saw, you may come away thinking the same thing.
That are fighting them, that's when they stage their Battle of the Bulge against them. And they're trapped behind
Wakakule!
Just the enemy just coming in, like in a Battle of the Bulge type of onslaught. And a helicopter is taken down, a Black Hawk is taken down, and now they can't leave because they got to go and try to help the guys. And then another one gets taken down, and so now it's a clusterfuck. And now they're just fighting through and the Somalians are amassing.
And the more you watch this, yeah, that's all good, man.
Amassing, and then there's, you know, it's almost like a 50s cavalry movie at a certain point with the waves. And I liked it when I first saw it, but I actually think it was so intense that it stopped working for me.
So what I don't get, you know what's weird to me? That's exactly the take that I would have. So I don't know if I thought of it as intense, but it was such a blur of action. Now, remember, during this era of movies, there were a lot of movies that did this. Now, think of Bourne Identity. Oh, thank you so much, Shazam. Think of Bourne Identity. Bourne Identity was good. I appreciated the action. But like so many times where there's something great, it has copycats that aren't so great. I'll give a great example. Blink-182, I actually love that band. Now, Blink-182 emulators are fucking awful. Blink-182 created a genre of pop alternative punk that was so cringy, so freaking ear-shattering to listen to. People that imitated Tom DeLonge was worse listening to them than listening to Nails on Chalkboard. But I love Tom DeLonge. Now, very similarly to that, Bourne Identity, around the time it came out, it felt unique. The action felt unique. The camera shaking everywhere when he would dislocate someone's shoulder and then throw them out of a window, like the way Steven Seagal wishes he had done. It was good. It was unique. But just like Blink-182, the imitators were so bad. And I feel like there was an era of action movies there that were so hard to watch, where it would just, hey, it was great having you in, Shazam. It was so hard to watch because it was just a blur. It was just a blur. The camera shaking everywhere. Wakakule! 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 Born in the USA. I was born in the Wakakule! Wakakule! Born in... And it was 2 hours of this. It was the 2 hours of blur. It was a 2 hour of blur. I think a helicopter went down during that blur. I mean, it was in the title, and it was just not interesting. I got so bored of this movie. I got so bored. I cannot believe. So the concept. Do not confuse the concept of this video. I'm getting into a lot of the weeds. I'm pulling the weeds and we're looking at the root. They say get into the weeds. Fuck the weeds. We're getting to the root of the weeds. But let's just look at the garden here for a second. Look at the garden. Fuck the weeds. We're not getting into the weeds. We're not getting into the soil. Looking at every little gradient of the root of the weeds. Let's take an overview here. Let's take an overview look. Let's look down at what we're talking about here. There has been 25 years worth of movies. Okay? There's been 25 years worth of movies. Black Hawk Down is being compared to all of the hundreds of movies that came out in the last 25 years, and it is saying that it is the cream that reached the tippy top. It is the eyeball on the pyramid on your dollar bill. And all the bricks on the bottom of the pyramid are things like No Country for Old Men, Little Miss Sunshine. I cannot go through all of them. I cannot go through all of them. Dude, honestly, I'm not a Marvel movie guy, okay? Iron Man came out in the new century, right? Iron Man with Tony Stark. That's a people's movie. When did Iron Man movie come out? I mean, there is probably a literal legion. Yeah, there is probably a literal legion of movies. A legion is 1,000. I bet you can find 1,000 movies that are better than Black Hawk Down that have come out in the 21st century. My God, Spike Lee! Is that Spike Lee? No. He's dressed like Spike Lee. He's Spike Lee LARPing. Louis Guzman is Spike Lee LARPing. I bet you can find 1,000 movies that are better than Black Hawk Down. I could find 100 very easily, especially with the assistance of AI, which I'm about to do. So listen, I could get into the weeds about the soundtrack. You know, we could talk about Creedence Clearwater Revival versus a hypothetical Alice in Chains. Rooster would fit better. We could do stuff like that. But let's really look at what we're talking about. I mean, what movies have come out in the last few years? You remember Weapons? Weapons is easily 3 tiers higher than this movie. This movie, if you want to be real generous, is C tier. Real generous. And in fact, if someone is into this kind of stuff, let's say someone was in the military, and let's say somebody liked military movies that were based off real events, like they love Saving Private Ryan is your favorite movie of all time. If Saving Private Ryan is your favorite movie of all time, you like this movie, you may even give it a maybe, because it's highly specific to your taste. You may give it a B or an A. Okay? But when we're talking about all these movies, and we're not just being specific to one person's taste, my God, there has been incredible movies, some of which have been made by Ridley Scott and Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained, I think a cross between my subjective taste and objective criteria. I think Django is his best movie to come out this century. I think Django, using objective and subjective taste, is his best movie to come out. It is easily better than this movie. Quentin Tarantino, your movie Django Unchained is easily better than this. There's not many movies that aren't better than this. I did not like Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight has a good shot at being better than this movie. I mean, let me think of a movie that has come out that is better than this movie that you wouldn't even expect it. Let me see. The Doctor Strange sequel was better than this movie. The Sam Raimi directed Doctor Strange movie was better than this movie, and I'm not a Marvel head. I'm not a Disney Marvel head. Let's see. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, he likes that movie. How do you like the Joker Joaquin Phoenix movie, making DC Batman Rogues Gallery get depressed again? How do you make that movie less than this movie? This movie, by the way, it's such a crazy take. It's not even that it's bad. Think of the African deserts. Think about the sand. Think about how the sand covers bodies and they become mummified, and human remains last in Africa more than it does in other areas where the bodies will rot more. This movie was a human remains in the African desert covered with sand. There was sands of time covered this movie. No one cares about this movie. No one cares about this movie because it wasn't even so bad that it's like a movie that got notoriety for being bad later, like Troll 2. You know why people talk about Troll 2? It's not because Troll 2 was good, it's because it was so bad that no one could get over it. This movie isn't even like that. This movie was buried in the sands of time because it was so mid. It was so mid that's what makes this incredible, that it's considered Quentin Tarantino's top film of the century. We're a quarter in a century. There is 25 years. When I say 25, here's some free association for you. Here's 25. There's 25 James Bond movies. And guess what one of those James Bond movies is? It came out this century and it's better than this movie. Spectre is better than this movie. Skyfall is better than this movie. I'm assuming Casino Royale came out extremely better than this movie. How the fuck? How in God's green earth, if you have an operational brain, how on God's green earth, if you have an operational brain, would you possibly think that Daniel Craig's Casino Royale movie is not as good as this movie? That movie, dude, it had so much pow. He's talking about the action, the intensity of the action. This movie's action, they paced it out. The pacing was perfect. You think that someone like Tarantino would respect this. The tension that it created in between the action was pure fucking cinema. Okay? If you gotta have some crazy color of purple assassins with machetes coming after you, you want to watch Casino Royale. You don't want to watch Black Hawk Down, brother. Black Hawk Down. What year for Casino Royale? Sometimes you get surprised. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that this came out. Yeah, 2006. How? Like, how? How? Dude. Like, Tonto say, how do you say that Black Hawk Down is better than Casino Royale? How in a million freaking years? So look at this action. This is what you're looking at. What you're looking at is the entire movie, by the way. What you're looking at is the entire movie.
I don't know. to other than its intensity. Since then, I've seen it a couple of times.
Since then, Ridley Scott promised me that I could be a guest director on his movie like I was a guest director on Sin City. I don't know. Tell me how he would. Tell me how else he comes up with this take. His initial viewing of this movie was very similar to mine. Is that possible that I'm crazy? If I watch this movie again, would it be my favorite movie? There's no way. Just the Credence alone, dude. Just Lebowski's Credence tapes alone ruins this for me. Not a chance in hell.
Well, I think it's a masterwork, and I think the masterwork, what I like about it is obvious.
I'll say it one more time. I salute this movie for one thing only. It gave us the aesthetics. It gave us the seed. It gave us the germ for Resident Evil 5. Shout out to Evie Wesker, who thinks that's the best Resident Evil game. I respect that based opinion.
If you just sit down and
Best Resident Evil game is 5, according to Evie Wesker. I respect the based.
one of the things
That's
I love
based.
so much about it is you said something on your podcast that I've repeated a few different times. It really stayed with me.
Wait! Holy crap, this is the same! Oh my god! This was the same appearance as the Paul Dano! This is the same appearance as Paul Dano! When he said Paul Dano is the worst actor in the guild, yada yada yada. Oh my god, dude, he was on it. Dude, you've heard Killing Spree, Bad Take Spree, Combo Breaker. Dude, my god. He was working overtime for the bad takes. I actually tried to watch this entire podcast. Bret Easton Ellis made it where you have to watch his podcasts by purchasing them, unfortunately. Wait a second, is that worth it? Maybe instead of the sub goal being for Plain Hudson in Plain Hudson and DBD, maybe the sub goal should be listening to the entire Bret Easton Ellis, Quentin Tarantino appearance and doing a reaction to the entire podcast. Because, my God, I've heard snippets of this appearance. He was just like, it's kind of like a full moon. You become a werewolf. A full moon. Does Tarantino have like his hair grows out? He grows fangs and he goes, Paul Dano, Black Hawk Down, best movie of the century. I mean, what else does he say? What it would be a bad film take? Terrifier. Art the Clown is better than Pennywise. Like that would be an extremely bad take. Oh my God, bro. That is incredible, dude. Okay, what time is it? I think 45 minutes is good. Now, if you're on YouTube, stick around. We're going to keep streaming. If you found that interesting, find me on Alucard Bats on Twitch. I would love to react with you. I would love to talk to you. What do you think about Tarantino? Is this his worst take? I'm actually going to make that declaration. Tarantino's worst take is Black Hawk Down for movies of the 21st century. I think it is absolutely insane take. I think it is an absolutely insane take. In fact, watch this. People criticize ChatGPT, but ChatGPT has better sense than Tarantino's hot takes on film sometimes. I don't even think he knows he's making a hot take. I think he thinks that that's genuinely a valid opinion. Okay, name 100 movies that have come out in the 21st century better than Black Hawk Down. I'll tell you ones I don't agree with. There might be movies that I actually think Black Hawk Down is better. Like I said, oh my God, is it fucking listening to me? There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men are the first two. And I've mentioned these movies. Whoa, that's crazy. There Will Be Blood, better. No Country for Old Men, better. Mulholland Drive, better. Dark Knight, better. Mad Max, Fury Road. We're getting closer. Honestly, they're kind of in the same basket. Let me look for apple to apple. No, I'm gonna give this to Black Hawk Down. I know that's a hot take. Parasite, Head and Shoulders better. Spirited Away is better. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King is better. Children of Men didn't see it, sorry. Zodiac saw it, better. Social Network saw it, better. Whiplash, better. Moonlight didn't see it, sorry. Get Out, way better. Inside Llewyn Davis didn't see it. Pan's Labyrinth, I couldn't see it because my friend decided we were going to leave the theater because he didn't want to watch something that wasn't in English. Departed, one of the greatest, maybe my favorite crime movie of all time. Inglourious Basterds, better. The Master, it kind of cringed me out. Joaquin Phoenix masturbating on a beach. Skip that one. Tree of Life, don't know, didn't watch it. Eternal Sunshine, better. Memento, better. City of God, didn't watch it. Old Boy, the Spike Lee one, didn't watch it. I think Old Boy the original came out before 2000. If that's Old Boy the original, by far better. Memories of Murder, better. Before Sunset, didn't watch. Before Midnight, didn't watch. Didn't watch. Grand Budapest Hotel. Black Hawk Down is better. The Pianist. Black Hawk Down is better. I couldn't finish Pianist. Roma, I don't remember if I watched it. Roma if I watched it. Her, better. Arrival, better. Blade Runner 2049. I know that Shazam would appreciate this one because they think it's very underrated. It is underrated. Better. Dune, better. Dune Part 2, better. And I think Dune is extremely overrated. Interstellar, better. Prestige, better. Wolf of Wall Street, better. Oppenheimer, is better. Overrated, but better. Hurt Locker, extremely better. For something that has similar stuff. That was also based off of real life stuff, right? At least it was realistic enough that you think it is. 1917, didn't watch. Dunkirk, better. Letters from Iwo Jima, I'm snoring thinking about it, so maybe not better. The Revenant, way better. The Assassination of Jesse James, didn't watch. Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, better. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. By the way, Quentin Tarantino combines those two. I think you should combine Kill Bill 1 and 2, so this is just 99. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, better. Lighthouse, woo! Witch, by the same director, better. Midsummer, woo! You better put Hereditary on here. You cannot put Midsummer and not put Hereditary. The Banshees, Everything Everywhere at Once, I don't know, I didn't watch them. Drive, better. Nightcrawler, better. Sicario, better. Heat came out. I did not know Heat came out after the new century. Oh, much better. Heat might actually beat out Departed for my favorite crime movie. Wall-E. Oh my God, it's almost like you're listening to Jamie Lee Curtis talk about her favorite movies. Dude, yeah. Yeah. What very strange. They put Midsummer and not Hereditary. Very strange. Now, I love Midsummer. I love it. By the way, there's Mission Impossible on here. I believe that all the Mission Impossibles came out after the turn of the century. Brian De Palma did the first one. That movie, remember Tom Cruise hanging from the cord in that room with the computer with the like hardcore Metal Gear Solid the hardcore Metal Gear Solid like security? That was absolute cinema. So honestly here, ChatGPT has a few things that I don't agree with. Pianist is unwatchable. It's so goddamn boring. The Pianist, if you've been using Unisom and your body has gotten a tolerance for Unisom, what I want you to do, I want you to drink some chamomile tea and watch a Pianist and fall asleep with the idea that Black Hawk Down, although not the best movie of the 21st century, is certainly better than some movies. And then you'll dream. You'll dream that maybe Ridley Scott's movie, although the not best of the 21st century, at least it's not a replacement for Unisom before you go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, it's so funny that it did There Will Be Blood in No Country for Old Men. That is so funny. All right. Let's do this. We're probably going to have a shorter stream. I'm taking a weekend off after this. I need it. I'm like burnt out, man. I am in the pot boiling with the turkey and the lobster. The turkey and the lobster are boiling in a big ass pot, and I'm in that pot with them, dude. And the little gremlins are putting more pieces of wood under the fire into that big ass cauldron. We're all boiling here. I need a weekend off the cauldron. Man. I'm feeling the boil. All right, let's see. Let's do this. What's going on here? What do you do with all those points anyway? I'm not sure, man. All right, we do. All right, I hope if you were here for the Tarantino's bad takes, you only know tip of the iceberg. I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, what are we doing? No. All right, we do this. I wonder how hard it would be to get a hold of that whole social net. Dude, look at all the movies that even ChatGPT came up with that are better accurately. There was a couple I don't agree with. I mean, is it an awful movie? No, it's worse than awful. It's so mid. It's like the King mid. It's King mid, which is like almost worse. This will be interesting to listen to in the background.
Tim Burton directed Batman Forever. Well, first of all, he wouldn't have called it that. He's on record.
We do.
That title, claiming Batman Forever sounded like a
shit. We're crazy. We're dumb. We're doing this.
Or something a kid would write in a yearbook.
We don't know what we're doing here. We're.
Batman continues. Which is
so Regis said something about this game that I do. He said sometimes he gets too attached to his cards and he's bad at that part.
Batman '89 was a phenomenon, and while it was the year's grossing movie in North America, the merchandise sales far exceeded what it made.
Speaking of Batman,
as filmmaker Kevin Smith aptly put it, it was the summer of Batman.
In '89, you couldn't walk down a street in America and other parts of the world without seeing that very familiar logo.
Warner Brothers had struck gold and realized that they had.
Speaking of Batman, I mean, how in the hell? I think that Dark Knight is overrated, but Dark Knight to me still is, God, what are you, turn one? How did you do that on turn one, you SOB? God, I'm not having the right match for this. This guy may have won already. Is this guy a ley line enthusiast? Are we going to get the brand new ley lines? By the way, I should have sent those cards back. I was foolish not doing it. I was foolish. I was wrong. Like Locke from Lost. I was wrong. Dude, how do you listen? I think it's overrated. but people love this movie, and I like this movie. I think it's one of the most overrated movies ever created, but I enjoy this movie. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. Dark Knight with Heath Ledger, directed by Chris Nolan. Christian Bale's in it. Cillian Murphy's in it. Briefly, right? He's not the main attraction. Jake Gyllenhaal's sister's in it. Okay, we do this. Shit. This guy is going. This dude, that is a really good play that he did there. Okay, how do you put? I don't know what he's thinking, dude. Is he actually trolling? Is he trying to get? There's a theory. The guy must be trolling. To say the Black Hawk Down is the best movie in the 21st century, you're saying by default that it's better than The Dark Knight? I mean, and I even think that that's an overrated movie. Let's do another Chris Nolan movie. It's better than Dunkirk. Let's do another one. It's better than Prestige. Is it even better than Tenet? Dude, is it even better than Tenet? Is it? Honestly, is it? I don't think you can even say that. Okay, I like The Reborn Mutant. We're going to do this. I mean, it's just unending. I think you could actually, I actually think that it would take time, but I actually don't think it would be difficult. I think it would just be time consuming. I think it would just be a time consuming thing to come up with 1,000 movies that have come out this century that are better than Black Hawk Down. I think it's manageable. I think it's manageable. I mean, just think. I mean, I know the Resident Evil movie that's coming out is going to be better than Black Hawk Down. I just know it. I don't know it for a fact. I just know it to be true. That movie's better. It just is. Now, and then you look at Weapons and you look at Barbarian, there's 3. That's 0.3% of 1,000. Just that guy's discography, we're a third to 1%. Okay, we do this. We get taunts. And then we're good. Those taunts should probably keep them busy. Honestly. It's 0.3%, right? 3 movies is 0.3% of 1,000, or am I out of my mind? You're a third on the way to 1% with just that dude's discography, and he has a small discography. I mean, then take everything in the discography of the guy that made Hereditary. What's his name? Ari Aster. Everything in his discography is better. He has what? He has Hereditary. He has Midsummer. I think he had another movie, but he's also got that Joaquin Phoenix movie where he's like a cripple at the end of the movie. That movie is way better. That movie is way better than Black Hawk Down. It's a little on the nose. It's a little grating about contemporary society, but it's way better. Okay, we do this. I want to steal your life, sir. Thank you. Now I'm ahead. Shit, bro. We'll get some leeches out here pretty quick. I mean, brother. Brother. What a weird ass take. Oh, I gotta put this on Hearthstone. Oh, we do this. Who do we kill here? I wish I had more taunt. If we get that guy down to 2 and then we kill him, I don't think we get the buff dragon. This is actually getting kind of scary. I think this guy's on his way for a win, maybe. You know what's funny? I don't see them playing any Phalines. What are those called? I don't see them playing the new mage cards. I was wondering if we got someone that was playing the new mage cards. It doesn't look like it. I gotta change OBS. I think this guy may win. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting chipped. Well, we're getting more than chipped. We're getting we're looking like Josh Hartnett from Black Hawk Down here. Wakakule! Okay, we do we're at 12. I'm gonna do this. Okay, we do. Holy shit, man. Yeah, we're screwed, dude. We are absolutely screwed. I think. I mean, could we get like a Deathwing? We could. Would it make the difference? Now I feel like just screaming Wakakule. By the way, that's if you don't know what Wakakule is, Resident Evil 5 that is superior to Black Hawk Down, but was highly inspired by Black Hawk Down. The enemies go Wakakule. I mean, is there anything cool in Black Hawk Down? Did they speak African shouting as they chased Josh Hartnett down a where is it? Down the desert with a machete, chasing him down like a cheetah chases down a gazelle. Do they scream something interesting? I mean, at least even Resident Evil 5, the Africans were more interesting. Even the DEI Africans. They even had DEI Africans, meaning they had people that didn't look African because they didn't want it to look racist. But then people claimed it was racist anyway, so it didn't matter. Wakakule! Okay, we do. Okay. Wait. Let's go. Let's do this. Why does it keep doing this on the phone? No, stop it, phone, you idiot. Okay, we do. All right. What is this? That's kind of interesting. Choosing a card to turn it into a coin. If you get a bunch of slop using him, that might work. Okay. I don't care. I know it's a meme. We do it anyway. Oh, here we go. All right, we got our Herald card. Wait, we craft one? Wait. No, we need to craft one. All right, here, I gotta check something real quick. Okay, I'm back. All right, let's see. Let's see. What do we have? We're 13 out of 30. All righty. Okay, let's do that. So, one of the things, Shazam gave good advice. Shazam thinks they should just get the new cards for content. I think that's good advice and a good tip. Although, as far as content goes, by the time we grind enough gold for this, it'll be 1984. You say, well, 1984 is in the past. Yeah, that's true, but I believe in eternal reoccurrence. And after the universe goes through its cycle and eternal reoccurrence, we'll be able to get the class sets grinding gold in this game by 1984. It's almost like a form of time travel. If you grind gold in this game, you know what time travel's like. It takes so long that you go back to the 80s. You'll be going back in time. So I I think I still will do the class sets, but I do want to ask that question to the people of the community in Hearthstone. What do you think? Do you and even here's another one. Here's actually maybe possibly another idea. Hold on to the gold until the new expansion, the brand new legendary cards. That's when you really delay gratification. I'm not taking class sets off the table. But my God, when I hear stuff like ley lines or 20% win rate against warrior, that is funny. I don't necessarily have to get stuff because it's meta, but that seems so bad that it becomes almost a joke or a punchline. Now, people have been having a lot better luck with Hunter. People have been having a lot better luck with Druid. People have been having a little more luck with the dude build with Paladudes. Paladudes are doing pretty good. I actually, I still may get the class set. What is that Druid legendary where you get the treants and you carve in all the nature spells? That to me is maybe worth it. I don't know. We'll see what we see at some point. We'll see what we see. Okay, let's do this. I don't know exactly what we're doing here. Because I have not played Rogue. But since I'm grinding for gold, I'll get the gold quicker if I do this. What are we at? 13? I didn't know that was a Rogue card. Stone 2. I don't know about the combo cards. Let's see if I combo. Okay. Return a friendly minion to your hand. Choose one, gain poisonous this turn, or gain death rattle. Okay. This rogue, that's a dragon. No, that's a demon. It's like the movie Dogma. I'm a effing demon. Okay. You know what we do? I'll tell you what we do. Wait a second. We'll do this. We'll do a bunch of cheap minions. Sticky, maybe. This is good. Did we have Xavier on here? We do. Xavius. We do have Xavius. Generate more spells. Okay. You know, because why does this phone keep doing this now? Because we have Sinestra, maybe we should try to get more spells from other classes. Let's just try this. I don't know. We in order to make this work though. We don't have a ton of rogue cards, to be honest. That's kind of nice. Yeah, let's just do this. A lot of this is just the grind. Okay, let's do Hearthstone. And then Rogue. Okay. The phone keeps doing this now. Isn't technology fascinating? Seems to have a mind of its own. Well, if you consider AI, it does, sir. Skynet has arrived. Buckle up. Hold on to your asses. Hold on to your butts. As Samuel L. Jackson said, with a cigarette butt holding on for dear life out of his lips. He said, hang on to your butts because technology is taking over. LEG once said it's technology. Is it good or is it whack? Well, you better say it's good because they're listening to you. Okay, we do this. I'm perfectly okay with this. No, I don't know. Actually, I think I'm really lacking in rogue cards, man. That was only like a few pages of stuff. We do this. Okay, that's actually pretty good card. It buffs dragons, although I don't have like... I mean, maybe because I'm familiar with dragons, I should put a bunch of neutral dragons in here. They do have synergy with themselves. That's for damn sure. Okay. We might actually hang on to that with Sinestra. Because we'll cast this twice. I actually like that. Let's hang on to it with Sinestra. I mean, we don't want to burn Sinestra because we had too many cards. We're gonna try to play cards, but we got so much low cost stuff. And we have card generation that I think that we'll be okay. I think we'll be all right. Okay. He's reading the cards. I think that guy was literally reading the cards that time. I have a meme where if they take a long time, they're reading the cards. They're reading the newspaper. They're multitaskers. Anything new in the news, Dad? This country's going straight to hell. Okay, we do this. Oh, we got Breaker. We got World Breaker. We do this. Probably play it next turn. We got at least one Herald for our World Breaker. I think World Breaker sounds better than Deathwing. I think it just, when calling him World, I know it's Deathwing, but I want to, you know how you have nicknames? I want to nickname Deathwing World Breaker because I think World Breaker sounds cool. Imagine that. Imagine a pro wrestler named, introducing for his new debut, World Breaker versus Roman Reigns. I don't know about you, but I'm rooting for World Breaker. I want World Breaker, the WWE champion. Okay, we do this with the taunt. That is funny, bro. I fucking love that, bro. Look at that. Look at that, dude. What is this? Menagerie mug? It looks like Beauty and the Beast if it was a cool movie. It looks like Beauty and the Beast. Remember the like teapot mother and the teacup children? This is like if they were demonically possessed, and that would make the movie 80 times better. That would make the movie 80 times better if they had this wild, crack smoking, bulge, full moon sized eyes staring out on people. Okay, we do this. We're going to get at least 2 heralds. We don't kill any of this. We do pop the shield, so they can't use that against us. We're almost getting a full hand. We better watch out here. Although I do want to save these spells for Sinestra. I mean, even a mediocre spell twice is something better than a sharp stick in the eye. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, he trades. What are we at? Turn 5? Um, deal 2 damage, discover a spell. See, we'll play that twice if we can hold on to it. Do I do that? It makes it where you can't kill him. It'll make it where one guy can't kill him. It's why I use that spell and I didn't wait for Sinestro. I'm actually getting paranoid I don't get Sinestro because he burns because I have too much in hand. I'm actually getting very paranoid of that. I'm liking Rogue so far. This is my first time playing Rogue. I've started since Cataclysm came out, basically. I started the game a week before Cataclysm came out. All right. Maybe I could have saved it, right? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, imagine that card and you got a full board. Yeah, I should have played that after the Orcas. I'm letting my paranoia of a full hand get to me here. Awesome. Awesome. That is so good. Actually, yeah, now I'm regretting. I'm regretting it now. That's okay. It's not going to destroy us. In fact, I think we're onto something here. I really hope to pull Sinestra. I want to pull Sinestra when I'm getting these really low-cost cards. But wait, we've heralded... Oh, we haven't done many heralds for, what's his name? You know what? We never did craft that stealth herald. I think we should have. No, I think we should have because we want at least 2, and that improves your odds by quite a bit. If you look at this game statistically, right? I think I will go craft that guy. I'm surprised I haven't pulled him. I've opened a lot of Cataclysm packs. I'm surprised I haven't opened that Stealth Herald guy. I mean, I have one. Okay, we do this. We do this. Shit. We have to burn through some of this. Shit. Yeah, see, that card would have been a lot better now. Well, if we ever play it again, learning. Have you learned something? That's the real... Okay. We do World Breaker, and let's see how much damage we could do to this guy. Yeah, I prefer World Breaker. I don't know if it sounds more badass. Deathwing sounds like something you're trying to be badass when you're in junior high. World Breakers, when you start learning stuff like the war in Iran, you start realizing World Breaker, you start thinking about, the breaking up of elite alliances on socio-political news. World Breaker works for me right now. World Breaker sounds more like it fits the contemporary zeitgeist of the world. Whereas, I'm going to be honest, Deathwing sounds like the junior high students' death metal band that they try to be really edgy and they try to emulate Megadeth. And the vocalist actually sounds like he's doing a poor imitation of Dave Mustaine, who's doing a very poor job of singing. I'm going to be honest, Dave Mustaine may be one of the worst metal vocals ever. Unironically. Okay, here we go. We do our good friend here. And then we got 3, right? We raise these. Okay. Then we do this. Oh my god, we got Sinestro. I didn't even notice, man. I was so busy talking about how Worldbreaker sounds cooler than Deathwing. I didn't even notice what we had here. Another Deathwing I wish. That's actually... Holy cow, look at all the stats on that guy. Oh, he's got Frostmourne. Okay, we do. Does it say when you're +2? Unfortunately, do I just play him or can we last here? The problem is, look at all that crap. Oh my god. We play and pray, man. Hurry up, dude. Hurry up. There you go. Well, he doesn't kill us here. That's not exactly what I wanted. We got really bad for draws for Herald. Although, to be fair, we only drew through our Cataclysm packs one of the Stealth Heralds. You know, the guy with the maniac face. I mean, what else would you call that? A guy hunched over with the maniac face. The big, it's a cross between like a Puffy Combs Lear and a troll face, you mad bro. And he's like looking behind his shoulder, right? And he's like hunchbacked. Like no one ever told that Herald card about proper posture. Okay, what do we do? What do we have here? Yes. Yes. Do we lose? It looks like maybe. Do we win? We wish. I mean, man, this guy's having quite the round here. I do appreciate me some Death Knight. Okay. Okay. Could have been worse. Could have been better. We do. We get these guys out with the taunt, man. Wait a minute. No, we do the taunt. Was that the play? I don't know. We have 6 left. Okay, we do this on him. We do this on him. Oh shit, man. Are you kidding me, man? Damn. I would like to kill him now. We get a taunt out. Yeah, the 2 taunts help. We'll get him to 10. We still may get this? We still may get this. I'm not 100% positive. We'll see what we can do. Do what we see. Which is the claw. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I can't help because I like movies and movies live in my brain rent free. I can't help but think of Dr. No every time I see that claw. I know you would think the claw from Inspector Gadget, but Inspector Gadget was emulating Dr. No. I can't help but think of it was emulating a combination of Dr. No and Blofeld. Because it had the claw from Dr. No, but then it had the cat sitting in the seat like Blofeld. Okay. We may be able to climb back on top. I need more spell generation. The problem is, because I'm new at the game, see, here is actually an argument. Here is an actual argument of dipping into time ways instead of doing the class sets. There are no class sets for Rogue. If I did the equivalent of gold for time ways, then I would for the class sets. Oh shit. Okay, we do this. Why? Oh, we do. Is there any way to get... Okay, good. We do that, I guess? Why can't I do it? I really need to use it. I really need it. I really need a taunt. Dude. Oh my god. Just do something. No. There we go. I mean, is he gonna be forced to deal with that? I really fucking hate that. Why wasn't it letting me use the torch? He was already damaged. I don't understand why I couldn't torch that guy on the left. Not being able to torch that guy. Oh man. Not being able to torch that guy might be the death of us. I don't know why it wasn't letting me. Too bad those don't have taunt, huh? I mean, does he get paranoid and try to attack those? Okay, he's using the claw. Fair enough. He does a whole fucking 9. We kill it though. We kill that 9. Easy. We still may be able to win. It's still feeling pretty close though. I think we still get it. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that stings, man. I don't know why torch didn't activate. I have the torch. Do you have to wait like an excess round? I don't remember reading that. I don't know what I'm getting wrong about it. What is going on? I don't understand that. Fuck. Fuck. Shit, does it have taunt? Yeah, it's gonna need taunt, man. I mean, that's all. Too bad that doesn't have... I mean, dude, this... I don't know. I don't know. I think we're done. Shit. Can we damage it? Shit. Oh, wait. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. That could have given us a taunt. We might have been able to play it right away, too. No. I think that's over, dude. Well played, sir. Well, I mean, we have a taunt, but I don't know. It's... We're sinking down the drain, man. We're swirling. We are swirling. Dark Man with Liam Neeson. He was staring into the drain. He was actually, you didn't see it, but he was staring at this match. He was staring at this match, like going swirling down the drain. All right. I mean, we need more card generation. All right, what do we do here? Okay. We try again? Actually, let's go to Rogue. Where is he? He's like a 3 or something, isn't he? Where is his maniacal follower? Nice name, by the way. I can't get enough of these names. All right, recreate. It's 400. We're just about out. That's okay, though. It's worth it. I mean, we don't want... If you're going to play... Whoops. Whoops. Who is that? Who got in here? Okay, if you're going to play it, you got to play it. Where is he? Okay, he's in. All right, we'll do that again.
Had a massive franchise on their hands.
Luckily, the first movie, I never heard the word franchise. That sort of developed over the last couple of years.
Oh, God, you know that's when it's old, dude.
And merchandising for its sequel, Batman Returns.
Everything
Okay.
from boots to bubble bath to Batmobiles.
Boots to bubble bath.
Sequins and sleeping
Isara, dude, hey, how you been? What do you mean? Where am I going? Well, I got some videotapes to return, man.
McDonald's converted 9,000 outlets into Gotham.
Sorry, Isara. But dude, I'm a legendary. Aren't I great? Yeah, you're great. You're great, Isara. We all like you in the community.
Family-friendly blockbuster. But once they saw the film,
Okay. Do we have a dude player here?
Skyscraper, Christopher Walken get
I hope so.
to death, and Danny DeVito bite the tip off someone's nose, amongst other inappropriate.
Oh yeah, man.
Happy Meal was exclusively.
Yeah, imagine you don't get your trilogy done because of McDonald's, but it's less about McDonald's and more about boomers. I'm not kidding. This was in the age of boomer parents. What boomers like is Middle Eastern conflict where people actually die, and what they don't like is Danny DeVito fictionally biting somebody's nose. They don't like fictional blood, they like real blood. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. That's why we didn't get a Tim Burton trilogy. Because crybaby wienerhead boomers going, oh my God, I'm a kind of person that I find fiction confusing. When the blood comes out of his nose, I had nightmares. I'm a grown man that has nightmares over Danny DeVito. Get it off. Desert Storm? Fuck yeah! Woo! Iraq, Afghanistan, here we come. Longest war in U.S. history. Hold my beer, violence. I'll show you.
I liked it while I was watching it.
All right, what do we do here?
It didn't mean anything to me. And as the days have gone on, it's meant even less, if that's possible.
And history has largely forgotten about it too. And that's
Boomer. Oh my God, that movie. Okay, we do. Combo. Okay. Interesting. No, we don't do that. So no, we didn't get. So, by the way, I should start from the beginning of this take. I'm a huge fan of Jack Nicholson's Joker. I'm a huge fan. Danny DeVito's Penguin. You could actually see a thumbnail coming out soon of a video from a VOD that I'm uploading. It's got Danny DeVito's Penguin. I love Tim Burton's. I love Tim Burton's Batman movies. It is a crying shame that we didn't get a third one, because to me, it felt like he was ramping up towards something, honestly. Okay, we do. It felt like he was ramping up to something. Okay. Yeah, we got a dude paladin, man. Haha, we got a class set, dude. We got a class set enjoyer. Do we get bested by the dude paladin with our second rogue match ever? Our second rogue match ever. We're on the road to learning rogue, and we got the dude pally. We got. Is this arguably the best class set for what's arguably one of the best? Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at this, dude! Oh my god! Oh my Lord in heaven! Oh my jeez! Okay, we do. God. Oh my god. Fuck it. Do your worst. I should threaten him for daring getting the class sets and exploiting Blizzard's lack of being able to balance this game. After match. Oh my god. And he's got Torith. And he's got Torith. And he's got Torith. My god. I'll be seeing you later, sir. There's nothing we're gonna be doing about that, man. All right, let's do the warrior. Honestly, we're more likely to get wins. We're more likely to get wins this way, that's for damn sure. We're gonna do some Dragon Warrior. Hopefully get a heralded up Ragnaros. Hopefully get a heralded up Deathwing. That's what we're hoping on our Christmas wish list. I like how we craft that guy for like 400 and now we're just not playing. I mean, when do we play him? I don't know. I like this. I want to keep that because it's got synergy with the rest of the deck. I actually don't know if I like the Megaphone Dragon. And we're holding a dragon. Awesome. Oh, rogue. I like that. I like that skin, by the way. Okay. And then we could play that at turn 4. This is just so good, dude. This is just so good. I know it's 8 cost, but we have it at a 6 cost. That is just too good, man. I almost want to greet it out before I even play the 4. Oh, I didn't do the quest. No, we'll see we'll see. We'll see what order we do depending on what's going on the board. Depending on what's going on the board will depend on our movement. Fuck it, dude. I want someone out, bro. I know I haven't done the quest yet. I need to. But wait, the quest is to do it to turn 10. So actually, unlike the Murloc quest or another type of quest, doesn't really matter if we wait a little bit to do the quest. I want someone on the floor. In fact, with poison, it doesn't matter if they get a good minion. We got reborn. We could take it out. Let's try dominating the board. We're already late for board, so let's do that. Reading the cards. He is reading the cards. What do they do? Okay. Okay, but he's got reborn. Doing his rogue stuff. Rogues be Rogan. Rogues be Rogan. Like Joe Rogan, I said with politics brain. Okay, we do. And then with that ramp, we'll get that over with. Dude, this? Holy shit, man. At turn 6? Maybe we'll make it turn 7. Maybe we'll make it turn 7. I mean, we do get armor and plus attack. We'll get like a free hit. Yeah. I don't know. Getting it out on 6, though, is huge. What do we do here? Do we take advantage of having a dark gift in our hand to get armor? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to convince myself. I'm going to greed that till 7. I know I could get it out on 6. I know it's super strong, but we want to optimize the value of other cards as well. All right. Reading his cards. Reading. How are you doing there? Oh, you figured something out. Very nice, sir. Okay. All right. Oh, we got 2 of these sons of bitches. We need a weapon in our hand for that, though. Yeah. Well, actually, no, we do get it out on 6. Oops. Shit. Damn. Maybe I should have waited for that. Damn. Well, we got 6 armor. Better than a sharp stick in the eye. All right. All right, let's go. Ooh. Dude, I hear that, dude, on my algo for the YouTube. Ooh. I can't even tell you what it's from. The entertainment has gotten so bad. You put on an algo, you literally 4-second loop of ooh. I mean, what is going on here, dude? I mean, I'm great that me included, that regular Joes could put themselves on the internet and make a career, man. But we literally got ooh as half the entertainment now. Wah, fa, fa. Here's the internet. You turn up fa, fa, fa. Okay, that's enough internet for today. I'm gonna touch grass. I mean, and then you hear fa so many times. You're jogging, and you can hear fa singing in your brain like a fucking chorus. It's so bad. The internet is so freaking bad, man. Okay, we do. We We only need one more. You'll be dead. You'll be dead, sir. You'll be dead. Wait. No. 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 No? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love Dark Scale. Okay. Boomer, dude. Yeah, look at turn 6. It's coming. Turn 6 is going to feel like Christmas. I wonder what's in that gold foil. I wonder if it might be a dinosaur that's going to change the course of this round for the better for Mr. Warrior. Mr. Warrior sounds like an Ultimate Warrior from the WWE stuff. All right, here we go. Oh, you just wait, son. You just wait. You just wait. Oh, you pick your dark gift. I hope you do, sir. You pick it. Just like you're picking your nose. And then watch what I get to pick next. I have this. You done there? You done? I got something for you. Say hello to my little friend. Say it, don't spray it, Scarface. Here we go. Oh, this is going to feel good. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. He's not dead? Shit. Well, that felt anticlimactic. No, man. No, we got this, brother. By the way, how's my Herald situation? The Herald situation is actually crazy. You son of a... I kill you. I kill you. I will kill you, sir. Didn't you know? Now you die. I want you to know that I actually take this round very personally. And I wish you bodily harm on your way to work after this round. I mean that. I mean that unironically. There is hatred in my heart for people I play with live service games. There is a malice. There is a malice that will never die inside of my soul for those I play games with. Non-ironically. Okay? Say non-ironically until you sound like you're being... You say it moronically. Okay, we do. Oh, this guy didn't hit like I wanted to, man. What the actual hell, brother? What the hell's going on here? Why did you feel so much stronger in the hands of my enemy than in my hands, you SOB? Dude, we need to get stronger stuff here, Mr. Warrior. Oh, I thought I clicked you. We got to get stronger stuff here. We're starting to trail behind, you know what I mean? Starting to fall behind there, Mr. Warrior. Dude, what if you did like a whole thing with Warrior and Ultimate Warrior? Where you did like Ultimate Warrior soundboard while you play Warrior. Break down the airplane door. You know, speaking of airplanes, you know, goodbye Spirit, you know, I'm glad that, isn't it really interesting that some people have the Midas touch enough that through their lifetime, they inadvertently bankrupt multiple airlines? Isn't that interesting that we have art of the deal? I'm really glad we have art of the deal in the White House, and we can claim that the guy single-handedly bankrupted multiple airlines. I think that's great, man. Art of the deal. Art of the deal, dude. It's an art. It's not just learning business. He makes it an art form to bankrupt airlines. Through the decades of his life, he's got multiple airline bankruptcies under his belt. That's an art. I don't have any bankruptcies for airlines. I just don't understand business, dude. Bankrupt is the way. What's the next step of your master plan? Crashing the Spirit planes stock. Okay, we do. Dude, I don't know, man. We may get this guy just because he's like slower than us. Fuck it, bro. Give me a weapon. Ooh, I likey that weapon. Fuck yeah, that's got lifesteal, buddy. That's got lifesteal. Doesn't it? Yeah. What do we want here? Well, I mean, he might be doing some rogue shenanigans we gotta be worried about. Might be doing those rogue shenanigans. He's known for, I mean, I feel like Rogue is an improbability machine. Remember the improbability machine that summoned a whale in space? And when the whale hit like a meteor or something, it had like existential. It had like existential meanderings before it hit the meteor. That's pretty much an absurd and absurdist point of view on the universe. That was good stuff. Now what do we have? Logan Paul. Okay, we do. Aw, man. I could. Well, oh, we can't kill it though. Do I kill that? I do. Where's the lifesteal? Why is it not giving me lifesteal? Strange. I'm not getting lifesteal from these hits. I don't know what's preventing that. Is it a glitch, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not understanding it. I've used the weapon. I used it with Death Knight. I'm assuming it isn't something like it only works if you're using the Death Knight or something stupid like that. I would make that assumption. These are longer rounds. I want to grind for the gold today. I want to use Paladin, but I don't think Paladin's going to give me much experience. What do I do? Do I do something like maybe the Hunter rounds seem to go by faster? Maybe I should just do Dragon Hunter. All right. Oh my god, nice board, dude. Nice fucking board. We do. Like, where's the lifesteal? I don't understand that. I don't know if it's glitched or what. Silver. No, we're gonna rewind that one. What'd you get? Well, I will say, drawing a card might be nice. Damn. Think you might start getting an advantage here. Is it just me, or he got the weapon that we wanted? Especially if we get the Herald out of that. That's a Herald weapon, isn't it? I think it might be. I think this might be over soon. I don't know, man. Are these just the draws? I haven't been getting like Heralds. I haven't been getting World Breaker. I haven't been getting Ragnaros. Really bad luck. Okay, he got Calic. I think it's about over. I mean, we get a card, right? We get a card. Not bad. We could do this. Maybe it'll give us something really good. You know, some of these, sometimes you get a game changer here. Lifesteal. Shit. Do this. Oh my god. And the pain. There is a pain, and I have named it Batman. There is a pain, and I've named it Rogue. The name of my pain today, Bob, starts with R. Rogan, because he's a sellout for Trump. No, it is Rogue. The name of my pain is Rogue, because when I play it, sucks to suck. When I play against it, it's God tier. Well, maybe it's a skill issue. Shut up! We don't talk of skill issues here, Bob. We talk of blaming the game. The name of the game is to blame the game. That is the name of the game, is to blame the game. Name of the game is to blame the game. We're definitely dead here. I don't know. We do Hunter. We do Dragon Hunter. Or we do Mage. Dude, it's funny how fast we climb. Okay. Let's go. What's this? Here we go. Ooh, here we go. Oh. We're close to that, actually. Where were we? What's this? Looking for experience. Good lord, this is a cluttered mess, dude. Good lord, have mercy. I don't even know what we're fucking doing here, man. I don't know. I mean, good fucking god, brother. How do you know which ones have experience? We just auto do this. My god. I think we'll do one more. We'll do mage. Okay. And then we're having a weekend, man. We need it, dude. I'm getting burned the fuck out, brother. Burn out. All right, one more Hearthstone round. I would have liked to get a little bit more gold before I left. I better be careful. You want to concentrate on a game for fun, not grinding necessarily. The grind mindset is not necessarily fun. It's like smelling the flowers. Speaking of the flowers, we keep this one for sure. Oh, look at this. Take a look at this. I know how these shatter cards work. Watch that. This is going to be kind of cool. Oh my God. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you fucking kidding me with that? Dude, I should do what I've learned with flight maneuvers. Never have something stronger than your card. Although we do deal 4 damage. Yeah, I mean, we could keep that for later. Those will be potentially... Oh, he's being friendly. Okay. All right, what spell did we get? I like... Well, it's a cost 4. Oh my God, another one, dude. They don't have any damage. We're just gonna like fill our hand with spells. Do 3 damage to him. We could save it. But I think we're gonna just do that. We're gonna try to go face a little bit. We'll generate more spells. Actually, we should have got the Daydreaming Pixie because Daydreaming Pixie will give us more spells. Combined with Calic, we might actually get, that would have been 4 damage. And you think 1 damage extra is not a lot? It's like people saying you're only paying a couple bucks more for gas. And dude, you're paying 100% more than you were. Get it right. Think of things statistically. Get a minion with taunt and +2/+3. That's cool. I like that. Actually, I'm having more fun with mage than the other classes currently today. I'm having more fun with us. All right, what do we do here? Okay, we do... Huh? Okay. That's actually really nice. Because that will be generating spells a lot longer. Actually, these Daydreaming Pixies are really, really giving us some stuff, dude. And we're going to have at 6, 7, and 8. We almost have it planned. Because we're going to be able to... His wider built boards here, we're going to have an answer for. What? We're okay. We're here. Okay, at 6, we use our freeze spell. He's going there's wide and then there's druid wide. This guy's definitely going druid wide here. There's wide and then there's druid wide. So here's what I think our plan is. We could use these other spells. I really wish I got Calic, but I think we use the freeze. Who do we want to use the freeze on? And then the turns after, I think that we use our I think that we use our shatter cards. Okay. Boom. And then I think we're pretty much going to take that whole board out. I think we're going to take that entire board out pretty soon. Ooh, we got a +6. I think we take the whole board out because we are using our shatter spells here pretty quickly. All right. Yeah, there's wide and then there's druid wide. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to kill these. Didn't happen, but now we got the shatter cards. We could almost use both. It was close. 1 mana off. Okay. We use it again next turn. We use restore 6 health, get 3 random druid spells. That sounds pretty nice. Where do we set ourselves up? Yeah, I think that sounds good. What? Not him. Not him. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh my god, that was so dumb. Okay. God, he goes wide again. Oh, but here's the thing. Look at what we do here. Look at what we do. Here's the thing. We do this. This is pretty troll, actually. Too bad we don't have Calic. Okay. All right, that'll be nice. And we can play that spell again. So I really like the shatter card for mage. I think it's really good. Is it good as flight maneuvers? No, of course not. But I mean, flight maneuvers is almost the most meta card currently. And when they nerfed it, I mean, nerfing the health on the buff was kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. Okay. We might just whittle this guy down with health, man. Freeze a minion of its neighbors. Frozen. Discover a spell. Deal 8 damage to a minion, reduce the cost of a random card in your... Yeah, I like that actually. I think we kill him before he can play him. I think that makes it where we kill him before we play him. We're just compounding more armor. That's good. I never see anyone playing that, but I think if you use both cards, it's an accumulated 16 armor. I think it feels really good. I know it doesn't do anything else, but I feel like especially if you play an early game and they hit you with a 1/1 and suddenly you have 7 armor or whatever, I think it's really good. Now, we need more board clear. Good lord, do we need more board clear? Yeah, it's just like we lack the ability to finish is the problem. We need something lethal in here. God, you know that fire dragon with the 15 mana worth of spells? I almost feel like he'd be worth it on something like this. This is that one edition, right? Wait. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's just like too little. Like this deck feels like almost there. It just feels too like it feels good in some like the pacing and it feels good with the controlling the board and AoEs. It just lacks lethality. I mean, I wonder if just switching 3 things for like 3 big neutrals, like the one that opens like a pack of cards and plays them, if that would be good. Okay, we do. Jesus Christ. My God. I want to just kill it though. I mean, we draw a card. Fireball. Shit, dude. Fuck it. We'll go out with the middle finger. Alright, we're done. Alright. There we go. Have a nice day. I think that's all we're going to play. Let's see if we went up on the map. Okay. Probably not. Mm-mm. Alright, whatever. We got stuff to do today. I'm going to end the stream here pretty soon. What do we got here? It's been 2 hours. I'm having an early day, though. I've been burning the candle at both ends. Thank you for coming in. If you're from YouTube and you've lasted this long, thanks for coming in, man. You should come see me at Alucard Bats on Twitch. Thank you so much for coming in. Goodbye.